All right, so this is day 3. If you guys missed day 1 and 2, day 1 was Prohormone Nutrition, and day 2 was a time condensed fitness formula for getting into better shape by spending less time in the gym. And today we are going to be talking about stress and lifestyle challenges, with which, if you're an executive and you're trying to get into better shape, those are probably 2 things that you might struggle with as far as roadblocks to getting into better shape and better health. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. If you guys have any questions as I go through this, feel free to drop them in the chat below. And I'll either have time at the end of this, or I will come back later to answer any questions that you guys may have. So as far as this masterclass series, again, I have 3 days where I've given you guys some hopefully helpful talks on a few different topics related to reaching 15% body fat if you're an executive and you want to lower your body fat percentage. So this series has been how to break fat loss plateaus and gain muscle definition while eating out, traveling, and with very little free time. Okay. Just to remind you, you're in the right place if even for just this training. If you want a clear path for reaching your fitness goals, if you feel like there's just a lot floating around out there in terms of on social media, trying to figure out what strategy is total BS and what is worth your time when it comes to finding the right fitness strategy for you. This is for you if you're someone who values both your long-term health and also your current physique. So if you want to lose 30 pounds, or whether it's just the last 10 to 15 pounds that you can't get off, this will be helpful for you. This is for you if you want to lower your body fat percentage while creating better muscle definition. So if you're someone who's going for a better physique and a better shape, and you don't just care about the number on a scale going down, these trainings are definitely for you. And this is for you if you want noticeable changes, like being able to wear clothing from the fitter side of your closet, notch down your belt a few holes, and lose weight from trouble spots, specifically your midsection. Today, we're going to talk a lot about midsection body fat and what can contribute to that. Also, this is for you if you're wanting to get back into shape. And getting back into shape used to be easier maybe when you were younger. That's really common for the people I work with. I work with a lot of ex-athletes and people who were just in better shape when they were younger. So they know they have the ability to get back into good shape. They just need the right plan. So if you're noticing that as you get older, it's harder and harder to get back into shape, and you're noticing that cutting things like carbs or alcohol or adding in some cardio isn't as effective as it used to be, there's reasons for that, and this training will be helpful for you to overcome those reasons. If you value holistic health because of what it represents, again, I work with a lot of people in leadership positions. And so if it's something that's important to you to not just have a title of leadership, but also represent that in what you look like, obviously I support that too. And so I'm here to teach you things that can contribute to you being in better shape. Whether you're wanting to be a better role model for your team at work or your kids or maybe your grandkids, obviously that's something that's important. Also, if you're looking for a strategy that works with your lifestyle and not against it, these trainings will definitely be helpful. I understand that if you're going to have a fitness plan, and you probably realize this at this point, it has to work around travel, business dinners, long days at the office, or eating out. You know, if you have a family too, that could be something that we need to, you know, if you're going to use a plan, it needs to fit around that as well. So my goal with this 3-part masterclass, like I kind of mentioned, is to show you a science-backed practical roadmap that you can follow to break weight loss plateaus, lower your body fat percentage, build better muscle definition, and keep a lean physique year-round, even in the context of a busy executive lifestyle, which is absolutely doable with the right plan and totally impossible without the right plan. So I hope to teach you something in these trainings that you guys can apply, and maybe hopefully give you some aha moments and teach you something that you didn't know before. Okay. And I also recognize that you can't spend all of your free time in the gym. And I also don't expect you to cut out all of your favorite foods. Those 2 things are not necessary with the right strategic plan. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and skip through these, these first few slides here. If you want to hear me talk more about myself, you can go back to day 1. If you want to drop the word day 1 down in the comments below, I can tag you in that training. But I, have been doing what I've been doing for a while. I actually started off as an in-person trainer, seeing the problems that were in-person training sessions, especially when it comes to executives getting into better shape, and just realized that for executives and people who are super busy and business owners, having a fully remote online model is best, so that you can have holistic support and continuous support regardless of where you are, regardless of where you travel. My story is that I actually had eating disorders in high school, and overcoming those was through learning about how to create a lean physique in a flexible way to where you can still enjoy fun food and just work out, a few days a week, but have really strategic workouts so that your results are good. So the type of plan that I create for my clients is also one that I've used for myself. It's very efficient, very effective, and that's the way that I teach. I also think it's really important that if you are someone who is going to invest in coaching and a plan, which we're going to talk about a little bit more in a minute here, it really needs to be unique to you. And so just for me, my personal journey has included a lot of really excellent mentorship. And so that's something that I think is important. And that's something that I like to give my clients and the people that I work with. So that's me. Okay, so again, day 1 was Prohormone Nutrition. Day 2, we talked about a time condensed training formula. And today we are talking about overcoming lifestyle challenges and specifically how to manage stress, and also how to create a sustainable plan in the context of an executive lifestyle, which maybe you guys have tried before and possibly struggle with. So I'm going to give you guys some helpful pointers as far as how you can do that. So questions for you, and this is regarding stress. Do you feel like you struggle to get to sleep with racing thoughts, or you struggle to get back to sleep? So like, do you wake up in the middle of the night and it's hard for you to get back to sleep? Do you crash in the afternoons? Do you feel like you retain water weight easily? And these questions might sound kind of random, like they're not related, but they actually are all connected to the same hormone that may be mismanaged in your body right now. Do you feel like you look worse the harder you work out and diet? Do you feel like you store fat easily and struggle to see muscle definition? And do you store most of your fat around your waist? And even if you lose weight, it's still hard to see abs. A lot of the people that I work with are not just wanting to lose weight, but they're really looking for that tighter midsection and better muscle definition. So curious if you guys struggle with any of these. Now, the hormone that I was talking about a second ago is cortisol. Okay, so if you have any of those symptoms, it's very likely that you have high levels of cortisol. Cortisol is the hormone that helps us regulate stress, so we need it. It also regulates metabolism, the inflammatory response, and immune function. So we need it to be active at certain times, but when chronically elevated, cortisol makes you likely to, obviously the things that I mentioned on the previous slide, but also gain body fat, again, specifically around your waist, makes you lose muscle, makes you retain water weight easily, makes you more inflamed, makes you likely to be more wired at night, but tired in the morning. Also have difficulty getting to sleep or getting back to sleep. It can make you have poor blood sugar regulation, which can contribute to all kinds of other problems, including craving higher calorie foods and also having afternoon energy crashes, which is not good. Also, it makes you more likely to have unbalanced estrogen and testosterone levels. And when it comes to testosterone specifically, cortisol and testosterone are inversely related. So if you're a guy and you want to feel good and look good, you do not want elevated cortisol levels all the time. Okay. As far as contributors to high cortisol, so what would make your cortisol chronically high in the first place? Well, poor sleep, high stress, and this could be from work or home. Existing in life as an adult, I put this on here because there are so many things that can contribute to having elevated cortisol levels, or overtraining or doing too much cardio. And a lot of cardio is something that the people I work with often think is a solution for getting into better shape, but it's really not. So if you qualify for any of those things, they could be contributing to high cortisol levels. Also, if you're thinking, well, I've had blood tests done and, my cortisol is fine, everything checks out fine, my doctor hasn't told me I have high cortisol. You need to know that blood tests are very inaccurate for diagnosing high cortisol, because your cortisol can be elevated at different times throughout the day. So if you're just doing a blood shot or a blood test, that's just a snapshot in time. So you could easily be missing where your cortisol is elevated throughout different times during the day. If you're going to do a test and there's any chance of capturing high cortisol, it's going to be a saliva test. That's better, where you're doing it throughout the day. But also, from my experience and what I have seen help my clients, it's honestly best to treat, if you have symptoms of high cortisol, it's best to just treat yourself as if you do have high cortisol. And if the symptoms improve, then that's great, right? All right, now, when it comes to solving high cortisol and figuring out, what is the solution here? The problem is, if you Google or do some research on how to lower your cortisol symptoms, Google will give you some really helpful things like yoga. It'll tell you take a walk, take a nap, tell you to sleep more, tell you to do more restful activities or to indulge in hobbies. Okay, you can Google it, and these are the types of things that it will suggest for you. It'll tell you to remove stressful contributors. So just remove the things that are causing stress in your life, right? And it's not possible to do those things with a packed schedule and a high stress lifestyle. Okay. which is why I give my clients a supplement-based cortisol protocol to lower cortisol without having to spend more time. And what's key here is that this is a supplement-based cortisol protocol, okay? And because these are supplements, it doesn't cost you any time. Now, as far as what the results are, these are just a few examples. Everybody responds to it differently, but I have seen some really positive responses from my clients when following this protocol. And so this is one of my clients, Steve, and we were able to see his weight loss, his rate of loss per week speed up to 1.2 pounds. It was down at 0.5 down here. Once he started the cortisol protocol, it sped up to over 1 pound per week. So that was great. Again, this is because of using the cortisol protocol. Okay. He said it's only been 3 to 4 days on the protocol, but definitely sped up his fat loss results. This is another one of my clients. He is an ER doctor, an ICU doctor, and basically he was really struggling with sleep so much that he usually sleeps only 3.5 hours per night. And after he started the cortisol protocol, he was able to get 5 hours of sleep per night. Okay, this is another one of my clients, and he said, thought you might like to know, last night was the second night of the new cortisol protocol. I did wake up at 4 a.m. and was awake for about 30 to 40 minutes, but then I went to sleep again till 9 a.m. That never happens. And on top of that, he went out for dinner last night and still woke up 2 pounds lighter. So this is definitely, again, something that helps you lose body fat. It can reduce inflammation and, again, has a host of other great benefits, including lower hunger in between meals, less snacking or cravings, deeper, more rested sleep, the ability to go back to sleep, lower inflammation in face and body, less midsection fat. Again, that's one of the big benefits of using this protocol. Calmer mood, so less anxiety or stress, weight loss, cooler body temperature, less soreness, and better muscle definition. To reference a few of the supplements that I have my clients take, and I'm going to go ahead and reference the supplement name. As far as dosages, that is something that is unique to each person. So that's not something that I can prescribe on a general basis to you guys. I also want to say that it's really important. I don't have that included in the this training, but it's really important that you get the right brand so that you're having the right quality of supplement, because if you get the wrong quality of supplement, you might not be getting the effective dose, and therefore you might not experience any benefits from taking that supplement. So the 5 supplements that are extremely impactful and that I include in this protocol: number 1, phosphatidylserine. This is specifically effective in lowering cortisol from exercise. There's been a lot of studies done on this. You could take it in the morning or at night. Okay. Some of these will make you drowsy. So I'm going to let you guys know the ones that would be more likely to make you drowsy, or the ones that you could take in the morning. Okay. Second supplement is called ashwagandha, specifically ashwagandha 𝐂𝐴TM66 is the type that's been well studied and proven to help lower cortisol. It is an adaptogen, which means it's really helpful. Even if you have an autoimmune disease, this is something you should be taking. So even if you don't have issues with cortisol, ashwagandha 𝐂𝐴TM66 is a great supplement to take to help manage inflammation and, again, any autoimmune issues that you may have. It's also really good for your mood. So this is just a good supplement to take in general. Specifically, it's been shown to lower morning cortisol levels, and also has been shown to raise testosterone in men. So that's a plus if you're a guy, and you could take it in the morning or at night. Apigenin is another supplement. Now, this one will absolutely make you drowsy, so I only suggest taking it at night. It was shown to reduce cortisol by 47.5%, which is very significant. Okay, again, these are proven supplements. Fourth, we have magnesium bisglycinate, and this is proven to prevent excess cortisol. Also, it lowers your blood pressure, which is great for health, and also it helps with blood sugar regulation. This would be best to take at night because it can also help your body recover better while you're sleeping. The last supplement, and this is a great supplement across the board if you're wanting to improve your health, is fish oil. It also needs to be highly concentrated. Otherwise, you're going to be needing to eat a lot of fish oil to get the concentration of EPA to DHA that you need for it to be effective. So again, you want a high quality fish oil. It needs to be highly concentrated, and it's shown to lower cortisol by 19 to 33%, which is fantastic. Also just lowers inflammation in general. So it's great for general health. And again, you want to make sure that you're getting a high quality supplement. Otherwise, you have to have a lot of the fish oil to get the real concentration of EPA and DHA that you need. Great for heart health in general, just a great supplement in general. And again, this is something that you could take in the morning or at night. So again, specific dosages are important. If you don't take enough, you're not going to notice the benefits. If you're taking too much, that's kind of a waste. So something that I give my clients is specific recommendations for how much they need to be taking, and also a list of the specific brands that have the right concentrations of all of those supplements. But hopefully that's a helpful start for you guys to know that there is a way to lower your cortisol without having to spend a ton of time that you don't have doing things like yoga, going on a walk, or taking a nap. All right, so moving on to other things you guys may be struggling with, and that is just general lifestyle challenges if you are an executive who is trying to get into better shape with a plan. Most of the people that I work with have already tried working with coaches, or they've tried working with trainers, or they've tried different diets, or they've tried different fitness apps. And these are some of the most common struggles that I see executives run into when they're trying to outsource help to get into better shape. Trainers often only offer fitness support and not really guidance on the nutrition side of things, which is not helpful for you if you're trying to get into better shape, because nutrition is 70%, sometimes even more, of getting into excellent shape. So you need this support with nutrition. Otherwise, you're going to be working way harder than you have to with your workouts. Another problem with in-person trainers that I see with the types of people that I work with a lot is it's very challenging to match up in-person schedules with that trainer, especially if you're someone who travels a lot, or maybe you would rather be working out at your home gym, you know. Nutritionists don't offer fitness plans. So this is kind of the reverse issue you may be seeing if you've hired a nutritionist. They might be giving you advice with food, but can't design an effective workout routine to help you create better muscle definition. If you want to see defined muscles, fitness is absolutely part of that. You can't just do that with nutrition. And many nutritionists also don't understand eating out. And if you're an executive and you have a lot of social events or business dinners, you need a plan and you need some kind of strategy that works for those scenarios. Another problem is that nutritionists often focus on good food versus bad food. Like I just said, with eating out, sometimes you're going to have to eat food that is not perfect, but you need a strategy for those scenarios. And also, healthy food isn't necessarily food that improves your body composition, okay? You could be eating a perfectly clean, unprocessed, healthy diet, but still be 30 pounds overweight, or still not be able to lose the last 10 pounds to where you can actually see abs. Big difference. Many nutritionists are not experienced with helping people get the physical transformation that they're looking for. Apps, fitness apps and workout apps are very generic overall, even if they claim to be customized. A lot of times it's just kind of an algorithm that'll spit out some kind of plan for you. Overall, they're very generic and aren't able to offer critical thinking skills when it comes to troubleshooting plateaus, offering real accountability, or creating lifestyle support. In other words, navigating things in your life like travel, conferences, long work days, family life, and, you know, again, social events. Lastly, I will say that many online coaches are working with hundreds of people at a time, can't really focus on the things that you actually need help with, and don't have a proven track record for working with executives to get them results. And again, whether you end up reaching out to me so that we can talk about working together, or if you are looking at working with other coaches, this is a great list of things for you to be aware of, or even if you're designing your own plan, right? These are things to be aware of as far as strategies that won't work for you. And if you're going to invest time, money, energy, and effort into something, you need to know that there's at least a chance there's a good ROI from that strategy, right? So here's another a little bit more clear of a checklist for you. And again, these are great questions to ask your trainer if you're working with a trainer. These are great questions to ask a nutritionist if you're thinking about hiring a nutritionist or you're currently working with one. If you are thinking about designing a plan yourself, these are questions that you should be able to answer. Otherwise, you're going to hit roadblocks and you're going to hit plateaus further down the road, okay? So as far as outsourcing a plan successfully, you need access to a holistic expert. And what I mean by that is someone who is skilled in understanding nutrition and fitness and hormones. You're going to need, if you aren't where you want to be and you have been stuck at wherever you are for a while, whether it's months or years or maybe longer, you're going to need support and troubleshooting advice in all three of those areas if you're going to reach your goals 100%. And if you're someone who's hired a coach before and you made some progress, but then gained everything back, you've already seen what happens when you only get one piece of the puzzle. So you need an expert that is skilled in all three of those areas. You also should have access to someone who has a proven track record of not just being in shape themselves. You know, Instagram and social media is filled with a lot of fitness models, and that's great for those people. But that's not as important as someone being able to show you that they have a proven track record of helping people like you with the type of lifestyle that you have, okay? That's the kind of access to an expert that you need. That's going to be someone that's going to be able to generate a plan that you can actually use in the context of your lifestyle, okay? Also, you need no-brainer resources. So you do not need a 30-step morning routine. You don't need to be told to jump through hoops. You don't need a bunch of smoothie recipes. It's not really helpful, right? You don't need more. You don't need to be doing more. You actually need something that is refined and time condensed so that you can do it in the context of your lifestyle right now. So when you are looking for a plan that's going to work, you need to be on the lookout for resources that will save you time and remove the thought process from your plate. A phrase that I like to use is less, but smarter is more. Okay. So you need to be aware of coaches or strategies that are pitching you, look at all these things that you get and look at all these recipes you get, look at all these meal plans you get, and look at all these workouts you get. The key is really having something that is refined and custom tailored to you so that you can get better results by spending less time, not by doing more. Okay. Examples of resources that will help you if you're an executive: hotel-friendly workout plans. This is stuff that I give my clients. Fast food chain cheat sheets, because that's reality. At some point, you might need to grab a meal at a fast food chain in an airport food court. Okay. Travel snack Amazon links. I have a cheat sheet that's just a big list of, pre-approved travel snacks. So it's really easy to go on there and order what looks good to you. Menu audits. If you've got a business dinner coming up and you know where you're eating, or you have some social event coming up and you know you're going to be eating out, we can look at the menu in advance and decide what's best to order. Okay. I just want you guys to be thinking in terms of things that will actually help you be successful, so that you have some way of knowing, okay, this is total BS and not worth my time and money. And this looks like a solid plan that actually gives me a chance at reaching my goals. A lot of times when I talk to executives who haven't found success yet, it's not that they're lazy. It's not that they're not willing to put in the work. It's just that they haven't had the right plan that was built for them yet. So they really haven't even had a shot at getting into better shape. Obviously, as you can imagine, if you're interested in a consultation to outsource this type of plan, this is what I do. I've been doing it for many years. Happy to talk with you more on this type of thing. I will put a link somewhere below here or somewhere around here, maybe in the caption. And yeah, if you guys were at day one, you guys already saw some of these testimonials. I've been lucky to work with some really amazing people and some awesome leaders in business. This is one of my clients, Brad. He owns multiple companies, but he dropped 19 pounds in the first 3 weeks. That is rapid fat loss. Definitely will slow down at some point during his fat loss journey, but you guys need to know that this is not something that has to take forever. You should be seeing efficient, you should be seeing results from whatever strategy you're using, and you should be able to track your progress from week to week. This is my client, Daniel. Talked about him a little bit more, I believe, on day one. He dropped over 40 pounds as a business owner with a family, and he's in the best shape of his life. He was never in this kind of shape before. So this is the first time he's been in this kind of shape, but it's absolutely possible. Even if you're over 40 years old, 40, 50, 60, I work with clients in their 70s. I'll show you in just a second. And this was accomplished while eating Sonic Blasts. So you guys need to know it's not about just eating perfect. It's not about cutting out every single carb from your diet. It's about having a strategic plan that is custom tailored to you. This is my client, Steve Freeman. He is a managing director at Morgan Stanley. So very busy guy, high stress lifestyle for sure. You saw a text from him earlier. He's using the cortisol protocol right now, and we were able to speed his fat loss up a little bit by using it. He dropped 2 belt notches, which again shows that he's lost fat, not just in general, and the scale has gone down, but also around his waist specifically, which is one of his goals. He's gaining strength and also losing body fat in the process. And we've really reduced his gym time and optimized his diet. So he's spending less time working out, but getting better results. Obviously, as you can imagine, he travels and eats out very frequently for work. This is my client, Carlos. Carlos did a great job. He lost 16 pounds of body fat in his 70s. We reduced his cardio. He was doing almost 3 hours of cardio per day. At first, I thought he misspoke when I was on the consultation call with him, but no, he was in fact doing 3 hours of cardio. We tapered that way down to either no cardio or just 45 minutes, a couple days a week. And that was able to give him some really great fat loss and way better muscle definition. Again, created a custom tailored plan, way better recovery, and also, again, sped up his fat loss, which was great. And he is back and forth between Colorado and Miami. And so he travels all the time. He also manages the largest public hospital system in the country. So super busy guy, but still got great results. This is my client, Eddie. Eddie went through his program in the middle of COVID. So we were able to help him drop 20 pounds in 10 weeks while working out from home. He's also a family man. He is the president of a fairly large transportation company, and he's an ex-minor league baseball player. So he knew he had what it takes, to get into great shape. He just needed the right plan. And we were able to do this for him using just a barbell. Again, this was in the middle of COVID, and he had a minimal home gym setup, but we were able to get him great results. He was initially trying tons of cardio and felt like he was just starving all the time when doing it on his own. So if you watch the little testimonial with him, he talks about how he wasn't even hungry while he was losing all that weight. This is my client, Andrew. Andrew did a great job. He lost 15 pounds in just 8 weeks, and he stopped overeating at night. That was one of the things he was struggling with. You know, if you are someone who works from home, or maybe you're just around a lot of good food all the time, and it's a struggle to resist it, or, you know, choose your portion sizes, that can typically be solved with, again, a customized diet and a strategic workout routine. So that's what we did for him. And again, he had very long work days. He's a sales leader and he's got a family too. So busy guy. This is Bill. Bill is an ex-D1 athlete turned executive, and he also is a family guy. He's got kids, he's married. Before, he had dropped 20 pounds on his own, but he had hit a plateau, and he was working out 7 days a week, intermittent fasting, and eating extremely clean. And he had plateaued right about here. The worst part for him was that he could see the trajectory he was on, and he was basically feeling smaller and softer. So he was not feeling better as he was losing weight. He felt like his shape was getting worse. And so afterwards, after we created a customized plan for him, reduced his gym time down to 4 days a week, 45 minutes per workout, he was able to get these results. Also opened up his diet a little bit for more flexibility and just more food in general. So, and the best part about this was that he got stronger as he got leaner. So that was a successful plan for him. This is Jock. He owns multiple businesses. Again, has a family, travels, very active in martial arts. He was very knowledgeable in health and fitness in general when we connected, and he just knew that he was going to be able to get way better results. He was sort of doing his own thing in the gym at that point, and he knew that he would be able to get way better results if we refined his plan and did something custom tailored to him. So this was a very quick transformation, and this was after condensing his workout routine, and we created something to be custom fitted to the workout at his apartment gym. So he was able to work out from home and get these results. Yeah, and again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. If you are wanting to set up a consultation to talk more about any of this stuff, if you feel like this is you, again, most of the people I work with are extremely driven. They're extremely smart, and it's not that you haven't tried things. It's not that you don't care about getting in shape. It's not that you're lazy. It's just that you haven't had a plan that is built for your lifestyle. You haven't had a plan that's effective, and you haven't had a plan that's custom tailored to you. If you don't have all 3 of those things, then you've never really had a shot at getting into excellent shape. So I want you guys to know that there is hope, and there is a formula for doing it. Your body is very logical, and so the process is very straightforward when using the right strategy. And I love doing that for people. I love the people I work with. And yeah, if that's you, feel free to, again, either send me a message. You're welcome to drop a comment down below, or click on the link somewhere around this video. And I look forward to talking to you guys.